How's it going, people? It is Liam Caddison here, and we're reacting to another episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer as we get into episode number 9 of season 7. We are trekking forward with this season, especially with these last 2 episodes. We've had a heavy dose of involvement with what seems to be the main antagonist for this season, with episode 7 it basically threatening the Scoobies, and in episode 8 we saw a continuation of its communication with Spike that we first saw in episode 1, but we had a heavier involvement of its hounding at Spike in the last episode, with it being revealed that Spike has been acting as a sleeper agent of sorts for it, and now the Scoobies are going to keep a watchful eye over Spike to make sure that he doesn't do anything rash, but also get information regarding who this antagonist is, especially with us reaching the halfway point and the prophecy of "From beneath you it devours" building and building. This is a pretty vital point for the Scoobies, so it'll be very interesting to delve into this episode, as well as the fact that Giles, not in the best of situations at the minute, as an axe is about to come in close contact with his neck. And like I said, with the way they just cut to the credits, with no confirmation on if he's alive or dead, because we didn't see anything happen, I don't believe he's dead. He either got teleported to Sunnydale instantly, or he had some amazing Spidey reflexes, or maybe the guy carrying the axe is terrible at his job. Maybe he missed because he sucks. Who knows? But yeah, I don't believe Giles is dead for an instant, and yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what does happen with his story. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into this episode. So with that said, let's get into episode number 9 of season 7 for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let's go.
Stab him through the chest? I mean, isn't that what we do when these things happen?
Look, Buffy knows what she's doing.
Xander, you
I don't exactly blame Anya for
you've always been part of this
holding on to that, but not the time.
Feeling good. How do you feel? Good. Excellent. We've got work to do.
When you order a spike from wish.com.
For a while in my coat.
Don't go soft on me now. We're right in the trench, and the exhaust port's in sight.
Oh no.
I did what you told me. It's not my fault it didn't work.
We all know what happened to the Death Star.
The police. Let them deal with it. Oh, and in case you're wondering, this is the part where I'm not bluffing.
We'll repaint it.
He's doing a better job than Amenadale at, you know, talking with the people.
Excuse me. Tell her to concentrate on getting better.
Yeah, she'll be fine. She just needs to get some stuff out of her system.
I need to find him as soon as possible.
I mean, vomiting will do that.
Miss Summers, the Watchers Council does not keep track of our lapsed employees.
Fuck's sake!
Ever since Mr. Giles pulled up his stake in Sunnydale, we've not made it Giles.
Oh, okay.
As soon as possible.
So they suspected, like, oh, Buffy knew something? She doesn't know anything. Okay. I just get antsy when the Watchers Council emerge. I despise them.
Everyone knows you. You play by your own rules. It's kill or be killed.
That'll do, pig!
Leave the pig alone! I'm still not over the mascot dying in season 1.
That's the worst attempted pig slaughtering I've ever seen.
A very powerful she-witch. Or witch, as is more accurate. I am not to be trifled with.
Stop talking! Don't interrupt me!
Insignificant man.
I love her.
I am Willow. I am death. If you dare defy me, I will call down my fury, exact fresh vengeance,
I love her.
and make your worst fears come true.
Why were you buying blood at the butcher shop?
I fell in love with the beautiful vampire girl down in Mexico. Now we're trying to make a go of it on the straight and narrow and put our lives back together here in Sunnydale.
You think this is a game, Junior? People are dying. Friends' lives are in danger.
I love Anya.
Hey, Anya.
And now you want to waste
To be
my
fair,
time
that
with
does sound
assumptions?
like a
Not on my
plausible...
watch.
Hey, Anya.
Excuse me, Andrew.
Can you talk
Oh,
outside for a second? I was worried I overdid it with the whole easy way, hard way thing.
No, you were great. And I wasn't sure if I should slap him, but then he made me want to slap him, so I thought,
I love it. They're
I'll be seeing
commending
it in no
each
time.
other's bad
So what
cop,
do we
good
do
cop routine.
Well, now we let him stew his own juices for a bit, then we give him the hard brace.
right. What's the status with...
Feeling honest with myself. You used me.
Yes.
You told me that, of course.
never understood it, though. Not till now.
Clarity,
You
isn't
hated
it?
yourself. And you took it out on me.
Uh-huh.
I understand you now. I understand the violence inside.
Violence.
Now that, like, that
William the Bloody.
hatred
now has
that he
insight
used to
into
carry
violence.
now is lifted a bit.
As bad as I was, as evil and as wretched as I was, I never truly hated myself back then. Not like I do now.
Now he's capable of guilt.
Killed him, but she did it real slow. See, first she stopped his heart, and then she replaced it with
I love
darkness.
this passiveness
Then
he's
she made
giving
him
to
live his life like
Andrew.
that. But he still had to go do his job.
Evoking
and
a bit of
see
fear
his
as well.
friends. And the girls, they're all looking for someone to blame.
It didn't do anything.
You lying son of a bitch! You're gonna tell us what we need to know, and you're gonna tell us what
Oh.
Come here, you pipsqueak!
Oh.
Get her off me! I'm telling
I just love how Xander was buttering him up and then Anya's like, boom!
Excuse me. Heard you through the door. Who are you talking to?
Nobody. I was just keeping myself company.
You know, this is where you realise
Fine.
the thing's got him under
How are you?
his grasp.
Well, we needed more blood to activate the sealed dance.
Oh my goodness! Holy shit! Oh no! Well, that's a job and a half for the house.
And then he started singing. Maybe it's another musical. A much crappier musical. He mentioned something about a song in the cellar.
We can't
He
improve from
changed
what's
their
more
tune.
revealing, right?
Instantly became another person.
Trigger.
The horse?
No, in his head. It's a trigger. It's a brainwashing term. It's how
sleeper
the military
agent.
makes sleeper agents. The operative completes his task and either blows his head off or steals a submarine.
All right.
Very
I need
helpful. Let's steal a
information. Spike's a bomb,
submarine.
and I need to know how to defuse him. You two, I want to know what did this to him. Spirits.
What? What's going on? I'm not going to get suspicious over Menadel again, am I?
You got off easy, too.
Oh, shoot. Oh, no.
Do you know how much blood you can drink from a girl before she'll die? I do. You see, the trick, it's already done. You want to know what I've done to girls Dawn's age?
Oh, my goodness.
This is me, Buffy. You've got to kill me before I get out.
You don't know me. You don't even know you. Was that you who killed those people in the cellar? Was that you who waited for those girls?
There's no one else.
That's not true.
Spike, you're damning yourself
Listen to me.
because of this. Oh.
You're not alive because of hate or pain. You're alive because I saw you change. You may not see it, but I do. I do. I believe in you, Spike.
Oh. Uh-oh. I mean, the hole's not even deep enough, but what are you doing? Okay, I am really, really concerned with this principle. Oh, shit, come on, come on. I'm really loving Dawn molding into her. Oh, uh-oh. Oh. There we go. Possum is a known game, my friend. Ooh. Just use Andrew as a battering ram.
Is this it? I thought there was more of them.
Spike,
Oh, don't tell me they've gone and retrieved the asset.
It's all the same thing. I know what we're up against. The first.
Oh, that's a callback! Holy shit, season 3!
We've lost contact with
I was
operations.
gonna say, those eyes they do look familiar.
I think it's time we struck back.
Good luck.
Confirmations on all remaining operatives. Visuals and tacticals. Highest alert. Get them here as soon as possible. Begin preparations for mobilization.
Shit, they're really going out for
I
this.
want to be ready, so you shall make your war.
What the fuck? Did we just kill off the Watchers Council? Holy shit!
Some authority to our presence. Now, Spike, you want to see what a real vampire looks like?
Fuck. Oh, that's the thing that Jonathan... Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my fuck. Damn, that's like some fucking super vampire. I mean, she did say, do you want to know what a real vampire looks like? And now the first, which we can now identify, I guess, is bringing the big guns now that the cat's out the bag, and now that, yeah. Because I was going to say, like, once you saw, I'm assuming those, the first, like, cronies, the hooded people were the ones who killed off those two women who was after Giles. And probably after, I guess, the Watchers Council, because that's located in England, and so... Oh my God. I don't know how to feel about the... Because you guys know, or if you guys don't know, then I like... You know how people hate Umbridge from Harry Potter? I mean, I do as well, but for comparison's sake, yeah. But we had the Watchers Council say, you know what, let's tear shit up to 11. We know the first evil's behind this, so we're going to go over to the Hellmouth, and, I mean, they would have been absolutely wasted anyways, probably, and it's only the aspect of the enemy of my... Well, I wouldn't say the enemy of my enemy, but... It's kind of similar to that, considering they wouldn't be doing this out of, like... They wouldn't do this and gain my respect or whatever, so... That's why I'm like, holy shit, like, I don't know how to feel. I feel like I should be happy, but also, like, what the fuck? So, like, are we the goodies, the first evil? No, we're not. Oh, man. I'm really intrigued to see where this goes, because especially with the fact that the first had the capabilities of being something more, I feel like, with their showing in season 3 in the men's. This is their opportunity, and they're doing a really, really good job at the minute with how it's manipulated the Scoobies in episode 7, how it's hounding Spike at episode 8, and not just that though, but the position that he's in as well causes room for concern as well for the Scoobies, because of the fact that there's this question, is he being possessed? Is, like, not just that though, but like it creates that anxiety. Like, yeah, Spike has changed, but it's like reopening old wounds in a sense. So yeah, but whew, yeah. So yeah, quite an explosive episode. Definitely was for the Watchers Council. See, I can't be too sad. I can't be sad at all, really, that the Watchers Council are now done in. Well, I wouldn't say they are now done in, just the main, I guess, face of the Watchers Council are done. Because Quentin and co, they were pretty much associated as, I guess, the faces of the Watchers Council. Because there will be some smaller groups out there, but like I said, Quentin and co, whenever you see the Watchers Council, like, he showed up. So now he's dead. And it's like a huge part of that council has been divided. So... And like I said, I'm not going to be sad about it whatsoever. I'm kind of joyful, but it was kind of... Especially with Quentin's speech, which was surprisingly inspirational. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, we're really doing this. I mean, like, even if they survived, they would have still done some shady shit anyways if they did decide to go to the Hellmouth and partake in this war, but yeah. Because it's all the act of, like, 5 seconds of a good deed doesn't make you instantly a likable person and whatnot, I guess. Because they still had a history of pissing me off. So, I'm not really sad about the Watchers Council diminishing, really. I should be happy. I mean, I'm like 80% happy, mainly shocked, and like I said, that inspirational speech was like, oh shit, we're really doing this. But like I said, even if they survived, like even if they didn't get caught up in the explosion or whatever, they would have still pulled some heinous shit because they're the Watchers Council. It's in their blood. So I'm just sad that I'm not going to be able to rant about them anymore. So you will be missed, my rants against the Watchers Council. F's in the chat, people. Like, please. Anyways, yeah, this was great. We now finally have a name for this entity, a familiar name of the first. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. And it's obviously begging for me to watch Amends all over again, because it's been a long while since Amends was watched. And, yeah, it'll be nice to... It's been, like, what, 2020? Well, I wouldn't say 2020. Would it? I don't know. Anyways, no, it's been a very long while since, I've watched Amends. And, yeah, it's a case of me revisiting the first and, learning, like, being reminded about everything from that episode and translating it into season 7, since of course this is going to be a continuation of its nefarious efforts. But yeah, I really loved that reveal. The fact that because like I said, the eyes did look familiar. And then Buffy kind of sparked the light bulb and was like, oh, I know what this is. So it's really great. It gives the Scoobies a bit of an advantage when it comes to now knowing about what the first is capable of, because Buffy was there, especially when Angel was going through his crisis, and now we have Spike going through a crisis himself. So funnily enough, both, as soon as they got their souls back, really, when the first came about. So because Angel was following the whole Angelus thing, and then Spike, of course, we know what happened there. So yeah. But yeah, I really loved that, and I'm excited to see this plot go on, especially with the fact that they brought some super vampire into the mix, so that's not going to be an issue whatsoever. So it'll be very interesting to see what does happen there. But I'm really am liking the fact that with the reveal of what is behind this, we have this super vamp emerging from the place that Jonathan died at. So I'm guessing they needed a stronger substance. I don't know, some kind of stronger semblance of blood to kind of open the seal, because Jonathan died there, unless there's two, but Jonathan died there and the hatch didn't open. So I'm guessing with Spike's blood it was efficient for the which makes sense you know, you got a super vampire, and Spike's still technically a vampire. He's just got a soul. So, yeah, Jonathan wasn't a vampire, so he's just dead. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out, as well as Giles still being MIA. Watchers Council were looking for him, as well as the fact that Buffy was, and they were kind of sharing information about the fact that, well, she doesn't know anything, we don't know anything. So, yeah, we're pretty much buggered at this minute, and I'm thinking, yeah, they are basically closing off any kinds of threats to their plans, because I'm sure that hooded person who went for Giles is affiliated to the First. So yeah, which makes sense. I mean, how many black-robed people can you, like, get that's not connected, right? Speaking of connections to the First, what the hell is going on with Principal Wood? Because he brushed off... I mean, he saw Jonathan's corpse on the, like, seal where they opened the thing with the super vampire. And it's not like Principal Wood was phased whatsoever. And then he's giving him I wouldn't even say a semi-decent burial, because it's not like the hole was 6 feet anyway. So there's that. Plus, he just dumped his body as if he was, like, disposing of a body, as if he was a murderer. So, like, not even giving him a coffin or whatever. So, yeah, at least it got him out of the school. Just in case someone stumbled into the basement, stumbled upon the big mysterious seal and be like, oh shit. So, but what is going on with Principal Wood? Because is it a coincidence that the First gets name dropped? We now have an identity on who the antagonist is for this season. And this episode showing what I would consider the first real suspicions about Principal Wood. Is it a coincidence? More so, he shows up in the first episode of season 7. And, of course, that's when the First made its first appearance in, I guess, this season as well, because, of course, it was tormenting Spike. So I'm having suspicions with the fact that he's not really phased whatsoever. I don't know. Because I kind of want to say he's kind of like some kind of battery for the First, as if, like, because the First hasn't been here since season 3. So it's missed a few seasons when it could have wreaked havoc there. So what has suddenly been like, you know what, we've missed a few seasons of Buffy. Adam had it handled, Glory had it handled, and even Dark Willow had it handled, but they all faltered. So you know what, I'm getting off the retirement bench, and yeah. I don't know if he's acting as some kind of conduit for the First or whatever, but something's going on with Principal Wood, and yeah, I'm just a bit suspicious with the fact that he was pretty much emotive with Jonathan's body there, and the fact that he kind of acknowledged the seal, didn't seem to be like, oh, what's this seal? Huh. As well as the mysterious, I guess, ambience that was presented before he walked into the basement. So yeah, and like I said, he just disposed of the body as if it was like akin to, like, you know, if you want to dispose of a body after murdering someone. So yeah, so I am because the timing does seem a bit suspicious as well, with the fact that, hey, we name dropped the First, and hey, we've got our first, I guess, real suspicions on Principal Wood. He has been a very interesting character, but I couldn't put my mind onto what his game was. And now this happens, and it's like, so yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, at the minute, it's only suspicions, so yeah. There was some really, really great moments as well with Andrew coming into the fold. really loved Willow just threatening him, and I just love Willow. Not just her, but Anya, like especially the good cop, bad cop routine that Anya and Xander pulled. Good on Xander though as well to formulate his plan as well in regards to the whole sleeper agent thing and being able to provide some very, very informative information to the Scoobies. So yeah, but I really loved the whole bad cop, good cop routine with Anya and Xander, and like they had a little break and they're like, oh, you did good. So I've missed that chemistry. Of course, things have been a bit rocky since Xander ditched her at the altar, but I really, really loved this reminiscence of complementary vibes between Anya and Xander. So, but yeah, I really, really loved that. I also really loved the fact that we had Spike and Buffy. There was some really great interactions there, especially with Spike coming with some clarity with the fact that now he has a soul. He understands the self-hatred that Buffy was suffering, and the fact that he can kind of recognize that there was that using from Buffy. And yeah, it was a pretty like bleak atmosphere with the fact that of course the first was hounding Spike. And not just that though, but once shit hit the fan, I guess, with Spike breaking free and causing more room for concern with Scoobies in the kind of, I guess, basement itself for Spike and Buffy. Spike was begging for Buffy to end him, and like with the effects of the first, like tormenting, I guess, Spike's mind. It is interesting with us revisiting this torment that a soul can have with a vampire, and with the first tormenting Spike, he was just begging for Buffy to end him, and this is it though. Like, I really thought that there was a nice connection with Spike realizing that self-hatred that Buffy had, and basically giving him his say of things. And then there is that self-hatred he would later basically confess to Buffy, and begging her for the end of his life, and Buffy there just giving him that hope that he needs, that there is still a good layer of you inside. You went all that trouble to have this new chapter, to have this new lease on life, and to basically have this new hope basically for your life. With Buffy, she's in a better position than she was last season, as Spike said. Like, you used me because there was that self-hatred, and now that Buffy, we saw her climb out the grave in the end of last season, she's in a better place now. And that's that parallel there. Like, Spike and Buffy are now in a better place, I guess, with Spike now getting a soul. Even though it is a bit subjective with him being tormented, but this is the point of Buffy's message. Like, you've got this chance to have this new lease on life, to have hope, to have a new step forward. You did all of this in order to make sure that, like, you would be pulled away from, like, there is going to be that self-hatred that Spike is going to have, because now he's capable of feeling those things, but now is his chance to do better now that he has a soul. So, yeah, but it is still really, really sad because of the fact that, you know, Spike is hoping that Buffy can drive the stake in him because of the fact that he feels like he is a liability. But Buffy still has that belief. Buffy knows that this was not down to his own accord. What he did, especially in these last couple of episodes, it was not down to his own accord. And Spike even realized, like, he was even begging for the knots to be tightened, because he knows that if the first infects him, then shit's gonna hit the fan, as it did. Poor Andrew there was like, so Spike realizes that, and Buffy even realizes that this is not down to your own accord. You're not doing this right now. It's the first infecting you. She didn't paraphrase, of course, now that we know. But yeah, she knows that something is controlling Spike. Spike's doing this based on something that is out of his control. So yeah, but that scene in the like the basement when he was chained up was pretty nice, and pretty powerful as well. So yeah, but yeah, really loved this episode with Spike understanding Buffy a lot better, as well as Buffy to Spike, and now realizing that, yeah, this is the first tormenting him. And with the fact that she's had prior knowledge to how to what the first is capable of, it makes a lot more sense. But not just that, though. Dawn fighting as well. I gotta give props to her. She has been amazing this season, especially when it comes to combat. I really, really loved how she was just decking the first lackeys, and it was just really, really incredible. So, yeah. But it will be very, very interesting to see, like, the first continue its antics and whatnot, as well as the chance for us to see a great utilization, I guess, of past actors as we close off Buffy the Vampire Slayer for, I guess, the TV version of it, because, of course, like I said, comics and whatnot still exist, so yeah. But it's still going to be very, very interesting to see what the first does from here onwards, now that we have a label to stick on this antagonist. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season does form. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!